Manchester United ready to advance on Joao Neves transfer with Casemiro decision. Latest Manchester United transfer news and gossip with Benfica midfielder Joao Neves emerging as a potential target for the summer transfer window. Manchester United are reportedly stepping up their interest in signing Benfica midfielder Joao Neves. United have been heavily linked with a move for Neves ever since the January transfer window. The 19-year-old has also been reportedly listed as a potential target for Liverpool and Chelsea in recent months. Reports from Portugal have provided an update on Neves' future as the season draws to a close. It has been suggested that a move to Old Trafford could be on the cards. According to Record, United have been tracking the progress of Neves for several months and are prepared to advance on a deal to sign the talented midfielder. It has been claimed that the Reds are interested in signing Neves as a potential replacement for Casemiro this summer. United are also reportedly interested in Neves' Benfica teammate, Antonio Silva. However, the report claims that Neves is the priority target at the moment, although an official offer from the Reds is yet to be made. It has been stated though in the report that it is only in the short term that an offer has not been made by United. This is implying that the Reds are getting ready to make an official offer to Benfica to sign Neves. It remains to be seen how much United would need to offer in order to tempt Benfica into selling Neves. Reports earlier this year suggested that the midfielder has a €120 million, £103 million, release clause in his contract, with Benfica rumoured to be keen on agreeing a new deal that would see the clause increase to €150 million, £129 million. Neves has been one of Benfica's most important players this season, despite only being 19 years old. The talented midfielder, who operates in a number 6 role, has made 53 appearances in all competitions including 6 in the Champions League and 6 in the Europa League, with 3 goals and 2 assists. Who is Joao Neves? Man United in £129 million transfer claim as verdict given on Casemiro replacement. Latest Manchester United transfer news as Benfica star Joao Neves is linked with a summer move to Old Trafford amid Ineos' plans to rebuild a failing football side under Erik ten Hag. Manchester United have been linked with Benfica midfielder Joao Neves. After a hugely disappointing campaign under Erik ten Hag, the Red Devils could be set for a busy summer in the transfer market. United finished bottom of their Champions League group and are on course to finish 8th in the top flight, their lowest finish in Premier League history. One bright ray of sunshine for the club is the ambitious plans of new co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his Ineos group to transform United's football operations. The highly rated Omar Barada will arrive as CEO this summer with Jason Wilcox already in situ as technical director. Dan Ashworth is also wanted as director of football. Below is a look at the career of Neves so far, the transfer links and whether he could be a realistic signing at Old Trafford this summer. Career so far. Neves has spent his entire career so far at Benfica, having risen through the club's youth system. The defensive midfielder made his senior debut for the Portuguese Giants in December 2022 during a 3-0 defeat to Braga. The 19-year-old has scored 4 goals and provided 3 assists in 73 appearances across all competitions so far for Benfica. He has also made 5 senior appearances for the Portugal national team. Style of play. The teenager is seen as a technically gifted midfielder with excellent passing skills. He has also drawn praise for his quick reactions and tackling skills, which are in stark contrast to the sluggish performances from Casemiro this season. Neves also ranks highly for aerial duels, one which would come in handy if he moved to a physically demanding competition like the Premier League. Transfer links. Recent reports from Portugal have claimed that United are tracking Neves and are prepared to advance on a deal to sign him. It is claimed that United are looking to sign the teenager as a replacement for the aging Casemiro. Reports have also claimed that the Red Devils are interested in Neves' teammate Antonio Silva. However, it is said that Neves is a priority amid claims that Benfica are hoping to secure a deal which would see his release clause increase to €150 million, £129 million. Fernandes praise. Man United captain Bruno Fernandes has previously heaped praise on his compatriot. The 29-year-old believes Neves has an exciting future in the game. "He is an excellent player and an excellent kid," Fernandes said via the Daily Mail. He will have a bright future wherever he goes. Transfer verdict. Neves' lack of experience would make him a gamble for United, and his price tag is likely to be a huge obstacle. The Premier League's profit and sustainability rules, PSR, will mean that United will have to earn a healthy amount of money on player sales to pay anywhere near the fee Benfica are claimed to want. However, if a deal could be agreed, then the young star would be a coup for Ineos as they look to rebuild an underperforming squad. There is no doubt that Neves is one of the most exciting prospects in Europe, and signing him could solve the club's long-term defensive midfield conundrum for years to come. Manchester United interested in Brazilian linchpin in bid to solve defensive crisis. Gleison Bremer has been an ever-present for Juventus this season, and his form has caught the attention of Man United. Juventus defender Gleison Bremer is among the centre-backs Manchester United are monitoring ahead of the summer transfer window. United want to sign 2 centre-halves amid the probability of 3 outgoings in the department, and the Brazilian is one under consideration. Bremer, 27, scored his 3rd goal of the season at the weekend to secure Juve a point against Roma, and no centre-half has scored more headed goals in the Big 5 European leagues since Bremer moved to Italy in 2019. He has started in 34 of Juve's 35 Serie A matches this term. The Brazil international is under contract at Juventus until 2028, and the club are 3rd in the Serie A table, with Champions League qualification all but assured. United cannot qualify for the Champions League and could also miss out on qualifying for European competitions altogether for the first time in 10 years if they finish 8th in the Premier League and lose the FA Cup final to Manchester City. The length of Bremer's contract and Juve's probable Champions League status would considerably raise his value, but United are expected to sell at least one centre-back. Victor Lindelof is out of contract next year and is set to be sold, while Raphael Varane and Johnny Evans, both out of contract next month, could be released. Bremer is believed to have had a release clause inserted in his contract when he penned a new deal in December, but it is not active until 2025. United are also interested in Bayer Leverkusen centre-back Edmund Tapsoba and Gerard Branthwaite of Everton, who is pushing for inclusion in England manager Gareth Southgate's squad for the European Championship. The 4-0 humbling at Crystal Palace featured the 30th different back for United have used this season, and they are currently without 10 defenders. Tyrell Malacia has missed the entirety of the season with a knee injury. Fellow left-back Luke Shaw is recovering from a hamstring problem. Centre-halves Raphael Varane, Harry Maguire, Lisandro Martinez and Willy Cambuala are all sidelined, too. Academy defenders Reece Bennett, Sonny Al-Jafri and Sam Murray are ineligible as they were registered on loan in the winter transfer window. Bennett only appeared once for League Two champion Stockport County, while Murray and Al-Jafri never played for National League sides Rochdale and Altrincham. Man United reveal transfer stance on Jadon Sancho and Mason Greenwood with potential fresh twist. Jadon Sancho is into the Champions League final with Borussia Dortmund, but his and Mason Greenwood's transfer status at Manchester United could change. Manchester United are still aiming to sell Jadon Sancho and Mason Greenwood this summer in what could be a significant boost to their financial fair play position. United could bring in as much as £70 million to £80 million if both forwards do leave on permanent deals, having impressed in their loan spells away from Old Trafford this season. However, club chiefs admit that fresh loan deals may still have to be considered. Sancho has helped Borussia Dortmund reach the Champions League final and has rediscovered his form back in the Bundesliga with the club he joined United from for £73 million in 2021. Greenwood has scored 10 goals in 31 games for Getafe this season. Both players are set to return to United when those temporary moves end, but the plan at Old Trafford is for both to be sold in a summer of upheaval, with Ineos leading their first transfer window since taking a minority stake in the club. A deal for Sancho could be easier to do. Dortmund are keen to bring him back to the club permanently, and the 24-year-old is ready to end his Old Trafford career and re-sign for the Bundesliga outfit. Formal discussions are likely to take place once the season has ended, which for Dortmund will be at Wembley in the Champions League final on Saturday, June 1st. With United ready to sell Sancho, a return to Dortmund is seen as the most straightforward deal. The two clubs have a good working relationship, which was strengthened during the discussions for Sancho's loan move in January. United have now banked the majority of a £6.5 million loan fee as a result of their run to the Champions League final, covering the players' wages in full. But the key to a permanent switch will be making the finances work for all three parties involved. Both United and Dortmund have FFP considerations to think of, and Sancho will have to take a wage cut to make the move permanent. Dortmund's record signing is the €35 million they spent on Ousmane Dembele, but bringing Sancho back to the club could eclipse that. Dortmund's financial position has been boosted by their qualification for next season's Champions League. They had a disappointing domestic campaign and only finished 5th in the Bundesliga, but the performances of German clubs in Europe has guaranteed them an extra place in the competition next season, which will go to Edin Terzic's side. If Dortmund decide they can't make the finances work, then United will be open to offers for Sancho, who performed superbly against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League semi-finals and has reminded the rest of Europe of his talents after a difficult spell at Old Trafford. While the priority is to sell both players, another loan move hasn't been ruled out for either Sancho or Greenwood, and there remains a possibility the former returns to his parent club. He was banished from the first-team group in September after a fallout with Erik Ten Hag that left the relationship between the two irreconcilable. It is possible Ineos will replace Ten Hag this summer, and the new manager might want to assess Sancho, although the winger is still likely to favour a move away from the club. Getafe would like to keep Greenwood for another season, but won't have the financial clout to make a move permanent or fund a higher portion of his wages. The forward has put himself in the shop window with his displays in La Liga, and he has recently been linked with Atletico Madrid, Juventus, and Lazio. As an academy graduate, the 22-year-old would represent pure profit in accounting terms for United, and a sale would be a major boost to the club's transfer budget this summer, with their FFP position impacted by the failure to qualify for next season's Champions League. Greenwood hasn't played for United since January 2022, and there is little chance of him being welcomed back into the fold, so if the right offer isn't received, then another loan could be considered. Greenwood is under contract until 2025, but United have an option of extending it by another year if they are unable to sell him this summer. Any loan would have to be more beneficial than the deal that took him to Getafe at the end of the window last summer. That came after United abandoned plans to reintegrate Greenwood into their squad after an internal investigation into his conduct. In February last year, the Crown Prosecution Service dropped charges of attempted rape, assault occasioning actual bodily harm, and controlling and coercive behavior after a key witness withdrew and new evidence came to light. After a club investigation, United said they believed Greenwood didn't commit those offences, and the player has always denied the allegations. A report yesterday claimed that 2 Premier League clubs have made inquiries about signing Greenwood. However, a move abroad is still the most likely option,